I really want to feel like I can share more of myself on here, but for some reason there's just a big block every time I try to communicate or articulate. I feel like my realist, authenticist, if that's even a word, kind of sounds like autistic, which I definitely am, guys. But I definitely just feel it's almost as if every time I just turn on this camera, I go blank. There's something inside of my heart, mind, body, soul, everywhere that just, it's like a spell. And it's like, Eliza, just shut up. Don't say anything. Don't speak your truth because it will make people unhappy. And I'm not here to please other people. I'm here to please myself. I have so many emotions that I would like to share because emotions are just dang beautiful. I believe so. I want to share more of my beliefs on here, my opinions, my perspectives on here, because I'm not here to please other people. I'm not here to be what you want me to be. I'm not here to be your little doll on a string. I'm simply here to post on my account because I want to spread positivity into the world. All the positivity that I practice and preach on here has come from my life experiences and how I have chosen to arise from them and conquer them. Whenever I turn on this camera, the flow just stops. Like, I swear, it's gotten a lot better. You can scroll down to some of my older videos and I was very robotic. But I try so hard to just not be, guys. I just want to be able to share myself so that you guys can get to know me more. Now, maybe I should just like sob on camera or something, but that was my point. That's actually why I started making this video, because I was like, I want to show my emotions, but every time I put myself in front of this camera, they just go away. That's kind of freaking sad. I guess maybe that's kind of what I have to share more. Sadness. I guess I kind of have to share sadness more because I'm just such a positive, happy, loving person. Like, I just love to be alive, and I don't want an image of me that I'm a sad, depressed person, but that's just the below. That's just the below. So maybe that's what's been blocking the flow. A dam of smiles and positivity and love. I need to show you guys more of the sadness in me and show that it's real. That it's real, and that I shouldn't care what anyone out there has to think, say, or believe about the stuff that I post, because it's not their choice. It's left up to me. It's all me what I get to post on here, which is why I get to post this video, which is why I get to be a yapper. I think that's really cool. I think that's really cool because I'm going to be breaking through even more insecurities because, oh my god, I used to be the most insecure person on the planet, arguably. And maybe that's just who I gotta bring out more a little. The girl who hated herself. The girl who hated the world. The girl who would have said some really mean shit about herself and others. Now, I'm not gonna go back to that version of myself, but I definitely have to embrace it more, honor my feelings more, and show more of my insecurity into the world. I guess so. Because I guess, to be successful, gotta go through some things. Gotta go through some hard things. And for me, communicating hasn't been the easiest thing for me in life. Catch me yapping. But this is my account. This is what I'm saying, guys. I really was insecure in talking and everything about myself. Look at me now. I'm still working on it, but I've gotten a lot better. Tremendously, immensely, enormously better. Just as all of you can, which is why I made this account, because I want to show people that you can do exactly what I did for myself. So, if you want to go from A to Z, Z to A, I call it Z to A. If you want to go from Z to A, just like me, ELIZA, Z to A, I gotta start opening up the lotus a bit more, because the lotus is floating, but now the lotus is just gotta open up a bit more. I'm really trying, guys. This is for all my diehard fans out there. Aw, I love this. Okay, I'm gonna try to just talk more with you guys. I used to go live a lot. I'm posting a YouTube video soon. I hope. I just have to film it. I've just been super, super, super busy. I've had a bunch of classes. The semester's wrapping up. Like, literally yesterday, I didn't have 1 second to just sit down and do nothing, which was really nice. See, that's really cool. I'm really positive about that kind of stuff, because I could definitely see how someone or me in my past would be like, yeah. Life sucks. Life is horrible. I have no time. I'm so busy. Well, first of all, when I was a really negative person, I would have made time to do nothing. But now I like being busy, and I like keeping myself occupied and continuing to persevere and push forward and climb the ladder myself. But yeah. I'm a very positive person, but I might start getting a little, I don't know, I guess just deeper around here. Like, you guys are gonna maybe see new depths of me. I guess that's maybe what it is. Like, this positive me is still here. Guys, this is just me processing. So, like, hop off if you aren't ready for the yapping. But this is part of the process. Me processing, this is the process. Trust the process. So, I'm just gonna have to start deepening. You guys see the positivity on the surface. The positivity goes deep as well. But that positivity came from some really dark times, really dark insecurity. And I just gotta be okay with, I don't know. I have to be okay with, what do I have to be okay with? I have to be okay with other people judging me and seeing me and hating me. I have to be okay with other people hating me. Well, I am okay with all of these things, but it's definitely a block on this account. Like, in real life, I swear, see, this camera's gonna turn off and I'm gonna be like, well, now anyone can say anything they want about me. They can see me for just this one video. But I know that I'm so much more. I know myself. And if you want to know me, pop in the DMs. I can give you my number. But there's so much more to me than this little video. And I want to be able to make more little videos that show more of me. Guys, this journey has been crazy. I feel like it's one of those dolls where it's the big doll, and then you open it up a little more, and then it's the big doll, and then you open it up a little more, smaller. I feel like it's that. I don't know if it's that reversed or just that in that order, but it's something like that. I'm getting somewhere, guys. I'm getting somewhere. I'm digging to China, and we're getting there. Slow and steady wins the race. Walking on a dream, talking to myself. So anyway, guys, I might maybe I'll do like a video challenge where I start challenge videos, like I'm challenging myself, where I just sit here and talk for whatever, 10 minutes or whatnot. Challenge accepted. Well, I still have a minute and a half, but I'm not gonna do that. Anyways, hope all of you have an amazing day, night, life, beep. And just be you. Keep being you, because I'm gonna turn this video off. I might go listen to some music, feel good, dance a bit, go get a package, take care of myself, eat some good food, laugh, make funny jokes, think, contemplate, do homework, do the rest of my to-do lists, take care of myself just as you can and should. My life was not always like that. I used to be a slum. Whatever that means. I used to be a slum. I used to be a slug. Now I'm just a fucking bouncy ball. Now I'm an electric bouncy ball. Yeah. Someone get Mason Ramsey up in this bit. Okay, 30 seconds left. I didn't think I was gonna make it the whole 10 minutes, but that's me, Miss Yappy bird. Little birdie told me that I'm gonna try Popeyes for the first time tonight. I'm usually a really healthy food person, but everything in moderation, guys. And I've never had Popeyes before, and at my recovery meeting tonight, they're bringing Popeyes, so I'm gonna try it. Treat yourself, love yourself. I love you. Episode 2 of Shock and Talk. I think that might be what this is called, but it sounds a little too similar to toxic shock syndrome, so that might be switched up a bit. But for now, it's Shock and Talk. If you can think of a different cool name that you want this series to be, let me know down below. You know the drill. You guys know how to work social media. Anywho, I don't really have an agenda for today's schedule. Welcome to the news. This is like the news. I hope you guys can hear me over all of the wind chattering outside. It is wind central where I live, and it is not this windy usually. There are signs outside and they're being knocked down. I almost felt like I was gonna blow away in the wind. It was crazy. It's crazy out there. If I go out there next time, I gotta put on ankle weights or something, or shackles. Just kidding, guys. Mental enslavement is a no-no. Mental enslavement is a no-no zone for me. I prefer freedom. I prefer life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Did we really get that, guys? I don't know. I'm in a U.S. politics class, so I learn about the Constitution. We refer back to it a lot. It's really hard to get a court to the Supreme case, guys. It's very difficult, and yeah, so I think that they should make a news channel called Good to News, where this is actually probably already a thing, where they just are a positive news outlet instead of spreading fake propaganda about some BS that no one needs to hear about, besides like the wars going on and stuff. We don't need to be fed this information, but it's good for us to be aware. So, anywho, let's get a little change of subject. It's Friday. I'm so happy that it's Friday. Even though I'm trying to share more of my sadness and lower emotions on here. Let's see. I'll talk about happy stuff, but let me think. Am I sad about something? What could I be sad about? The thing is, like, I'm not sad right now. I was just thinking, I just went to Sephora. This is what I was going to say about happiness. I just went to Sephora and I'm happy because I got Olaplex, which I've never used before. And I went to the beauty store with my friend the other day too. And I just got a hair mask that the lady recommended. And I got this hair color remover because I have some darker purple parts in my underlayers that I want to get rid of. But I don't want to kill my hair too much. It honestly looks okay right now. I got the bonding oil that I've been using for like a week, and I think that might be what's helping a little, but it really depends on like the day, the time, if I've put product in, if you want to be able to tell if it's really dead or not. Right, it's pretty dead, but these are just the longer pieces, and I'm gonna start using this because I want my hair to be healthy. I care about it, and I want it to be so beautiful and luscious and long and strong. I want it to be strong. No pump. So I'm really excited to try this out. It's making me really happy. And when I went to go get this, I walked there and I took the bus back. And when I was on the way back, I was like thinking, because I was like, it's Friday, and I was walking around my school's campus, and they always have some fun events going around all throughout the week, but on the weekend as well. And I was walking back to my dorm earlier today, and I saw them setting up this cool event with like water guns and inflatable pools, and I walked up to these two guys and I was like, what is happening here, and can I come? And they were like, yeah. I honestly forget what they said. I couldn't hear them over the wind, honestly, and I was just like, okay, I'll be back. It's from 4 to 7, so I might go check it out. When I was on the bus, I went by and I saw people with white t-shirts, and they were all splattered with colors, and they had a photo booth, and I was like, what? But anywho, let's get back to some potential sadness, but it's not sadness, but it could be. It used to be a big reason why I was sad, because I don't want to say that I don't have friends, because I have so many friends. I see so many people around campus. I wave to them. I have friends in classes. I talk to friends, but like I don't want to say that. I don't want to make that a thing that I don't have friends, but I really do not have friends in the typical way, I guess, right now, that a lot of other people do. But I'm making more friends. I have an amazing friend who you guys will meet soon. Their name is Finn, and I love them so much. We get along very well, and we have amazing times together. We're both big yappers, which is why, part of the reason why we get along so well. But anyways, I was on this bus, and I was like, it's Friday, like, I should do something with a friend. Like, that's not what I thought, but I was like, honestly, it is kind of what I thought, which is so interesting because I haven't had that thought in so dang long, just because I have been on my own, thriving on my own, flourishing on my own. And I feel like I'm really getting more ready as a person in myself to re-enter relationships and start developing and creating deeper connections with people that can last. So I feel like that is something positive. That is a negative to a positive, potentially, because relationships took a bit of a pause in my life, and God said, Eliza, you are to take an isolated path for a bit. And I said, no, please, this hurts. But I continued, and through pain is gain, and through pain is wisdom, and I'm so grateful for the journey I've been on. But it's interesting that I had the thought, I should do something with a friend, because usually being social used to just absolutely drain me, and it does drain me if it's with certain people, and I'm very aware of that, and I'm very good at setting boundaries with that, and I'm very good at standing on my boundaries with that. But now that I'm saying this, I thought of another topic that maybe I want to talk about on here, because it kind of has to do with it, and I was talking about it with my bestie Finn earlier, how along with not really having so many friendship connections, deep ones, like that I can go hang out with on Friday or whatever, that I feel super in alignment with and energized with, instead of drained, or like I just don't align with them and their morals and how they think and stuff. But something that kind of goes along the lines of this, since I'm kind of feeling like I'm getting more ready to get out there more, because I turned, okay, another side note, and then I'll get to my point. I turned 21 on May 6th, which is in almost exactly 1 month, and I don't have any big plans. I'm gonna go to a bar in San Francisco with my mom, because I'm from the Bay Area, and I'll be back at home for about a week, and then I'm coming back to LA for the entire summer, and I'm going to celebrate with my mom on my 21st, and once I'm 21, I'm going to, Finn and I, my friend, we're gonna go out to clubs and bars during the summer. I don't have to drink, I don't have to do anything. We're literally gonna go sober, and we're gonna have so much fun. I've never been out to a club or bar since I've been here in LA. I went to one frat party in August, the first weekend I came to my new school, and I have not gone out or drank since. So I'm looking forward to having some fun. And yes, but anyways, and the point that I was getting to, which kind of has to do with all of this, it ties into this, and just life and growing up and ups and downs of life, is, what would I call it? Not like, what's the overarching umbrella term? I guess just relationships in general. Whoa, my mom texted me. I guess just relationships in general. Hold on, I'm gonna change the tripod from my water to my Olaplex. There we go. So, I have not been sexually active, and this is something that I feel like I want to share, that I feel comfortable sharing. I have not been sexually active in over, I think it's been like a year and a half. Over a year and a half, about a year and a half. And it's because I highly value myself. And yes, you can definitely be sexually active and highly value yourself or whatever and have high self-worth, but for me personally, in my experiences, I did not find that the men I was having these experiences with to respect me and treat me in the ways that I want to be treated, and I decided to abstain until I meet someone that makes me feel comfortable and stuff. So I feel like I also kind of want to put myself out there in those ways. I don't want to go have sex with a bunch of people or even one person. In another one of my videos I talk about it more, where I think that I am demisexual, and I forget the other word, sapiosexual, but basically I feel like I have to have an emotional connection with someone to go that far. So like I would really have to be dating someone to go that far. I'm gonna try to talk really fast, guys, because I only have 50 seconds left, and I really want to get these points out, but I feel like I'm ready to kind of put my foot out there a little more as well, just because it's life. I want to have experiences. I want to have fun. Girls just want to have fun. So, girl, let yourself have a little fun. But then it goes back to the same respect thing, because I don't want to have sex with someone right off the bat. I want to take things very slow, and I need someone to be respectful for me for that. I need someone to respect my boundaries truthfully, integrally, wholly. So, big stuff happening for all of us, guys, and it's just the weekend. Let's go. I love you all. See you soon. Talk to you soon. Bye. Clickbait. Just kidding. Welcome back to episode 3 of Toxic Shock Syndrome. I kid. Talk and shock, or shock and talk. I'm still figuring out the logistics of things, guys. We're still getting the gears grinding a bit, but I'm happy and so grateful to be back. Is it set to 10 minutes? I hope it's set to 10 minutes. I think it's set to 10 minutes. So, in today's episode, I thought maybe let's make things a little more reasonably professional and have a little bit more of an agenda. So, I have some things I wrote down that I would like to discuss and talk about. The overall genre of today's episode is going to be about some of my past experiences. I'm almost completed with my junior year in college, which I'm so excited and fortunate to be able to experience and have in my life. And my first 2 years of college have been tremendously different than my junior year, because I stopped drinking alcohol habitually last August, or almost 2 years ago. That's crazy, because of a big incident which we will get into later, and I've made a video on, and you can actually see, you can go over to my account and check out my most popular video. I'm pretty sure that's a new option in the TikTok ways, and you can see a little poem I made about a time that we'll get into later. But anyways, I had a big drinking problem. I was diagnosed with alcohol abuse disorder by the doctors because of my alcohol patterns and use. So let's get into some fun stories that I have of me sabotaging myself and hurting myself. So on average, I would say that I had about 16 shots. I liked to test and push my limits. I liked to drink more. I liked to drink as much as possible, and it was just super fun for me. I felt like that was a way for me to have fun and enjoy myself on the weekends or whatever the day of the week it was, because in college, that's just the type of freedoms that we gain, which can be dangerous, most definitely, depending on the person, place, and situation. So I took about 16 shots on average. I would measure them on my arm. I would do tallies, and the most shots that did count was about like 25 or 30. That was for like Deltopia, because I was in Isla Vista, and if you know what Deltopia is, shout out. But Isla Vista gets pretty crazy. Anyways, my freshman year in the apartment situation that I was living in, I almost got evicted. I was supposed to be evicted because I got written up, I think it was 7 or 8 times. And luckily I ended up not being evicted, because on the last time, it was the last week that we were living there, and every time you get evicted, every time you get written up, you would have to have a little meeting about whatever happened and discuss a consequence and why what you did was wrong, whatever. So I didn't have enough time to go to that meeting. They weren't going to evict me when I was moving out in 5 days, so God really helped me there. Thank you. Thank you so much. In so many of these situations, God and Jesus. Jesus was definitely needed, but God was definitely overlooking. So I was written up the first time because I put inside of my window, which had a street view. What did I put up? Yeah, I put up the word bitch in sticky notes, and then I did a little dick in sticky notes with some ejaculation coming out of it, and they weren't too happy about that. So then I put up love. I put up a heart in replacement of it. The second time, actually, I lost track of all the exact amount of times that I got written up for alcohol, but they just found alcohol inside of my room. There was like 2 times I got written up for yelling at the RAs when I was drunk because I felt disrespected by them. So I stood up for myself, but I definitely could have handled that better. If I was sober, that wouldn't have happened. And my most memorable time for being written up is because I tore down 2 exit signs. So I was written up for vandalism. I tore down 2 exit signs. They found them in my room, and I'm gonna input a picture of me holding them right now. It was really common for me to black out. I rarely made it out of the pregame, and most of the time had to head back before the party even started. Although the place I was living at the time had this award ceremony, and I was nominated for life of the party. I didn't win because I didn't have the most friends and didn't go around asking people to vote for me, but I was nominated, so my RA definitely thought highly of me. Another fun thing I did was taking 12 rips in 1 hour. I don't know if I can get violations for this, but you get the picture. Some other menacing things I did while under the influence and being very immature was stealing a fire extinguisher from the place I was living at. I peed down the staircase, which was really gross. No one saw me, luckily. I also snuck into the place where we could get food, and I made ice cream, and I wore the aprons and chef hats. I also really loved to sing and dance on the bus. For singing and dancing on the bus, I was completely sober and just enjoying my time, you know. In Isla Vista, there are police officers roaming the street of Del Playa where all the big parties are, and I always like to talk to the police, which can be a funny time, but it can surely turn downhill very quickly. From my own personal experience, I've learned to just stay away from police officers if you're under the influence and underage. I don't drink anymore, but I would definitely recommend that and try to keep that in your brain if you're in a similar circumstance, because I learned the hard way because I got arrested. I was blackout drunk. I don't remember a thing besides waking up in the holding cell in the morning and that night with other people. Crazy experience, which I can have a whole other story time on, honestly, in general. But I was arrested because I pushed a police officer. I was obstructing the police officer, whatever. And I don't know exactly what happened because I was completely blackout drunk and no one really tells me what exactly happened, or because I was completely alone as well. But I think I also did twerk on this police officer, which oh my god, this shows how alcohol does not always bring out your true feelings, emotions, and intentions, because anyone in their right mind, at least me in my right mind, I know that I would never come anywhere close to doing any of that. There was something inside of me. Another thing that left a big impact on me was helping a homeless woman. I have a big passion for helping the homeless and those in need or less fortunate than me. And when I'm drunk, we know how our emotions can definitely come up more and we can act more. I met this homeless woman named Tina, and she left such a big impact on me. This was me with Tina, and I made a poem about her, which I think I will read on here. I know that she looks really miserable, but she told me that no one had ever made her feel like her feelings mattered and were heard, and we actually developed a really cool connection in that moment. I tried to get her into a rehab and told her to meet me at that same spot the next day at 2, and she never showed up, and I never saw her again after then, which really saddens me, but I also have hope that she's doing okay. She told me that she would only go into recovery if it was in Bora Bora, and this is all super coincidental because little did I know that a year later I would be arrested and begin my own recovery process. I remember waking up that next morning in my bed after meeting Tina and having a smell on me, and I was like, it's Tina. I remembered her exactly, and it meant so much to me. And then I decided to write this poem that just came right out of me. So this is a poem that I wrote dedicated to Tina, called Tina the Dreamer. Tina the Dreamer, visions grand and possible. People hate because she does drugs, but I tell them to free her. They want to speak up shit, but I tell them to meet her. If you was Tina too, you'd want someone to feed ya, want someone to greet ya. Tina's in all of us, and we're all just Tina. Help out more, be strong like Tina. The world would be cleaner. Judge her for her addictions, but your judgments are meaner. Think she's a fake, but I think that she's realer. She touched my heart, and she would touch yours too if you'd be there to feel her. Life's not fair, that's why we all need a healer. Someone find out who's her drug dealer. Those drugs just making her weaker, those drugs turned her to a tweaker. She made me feel something deeper. Just cause she's on the streets doesn't mean that she's a creeper. Just cause she does drugs doesn't make her a fiender. Death in a bottle, she's swallowed by the Grim Reaper. I got so much to say to her, it's like I'm a speaker. With all of that being said, I definitely have more crazy little instances and stories that I didn't share or don't remember because I had an alcohol abuse problem. But anyways, I would just like to end this on the note that we should rest, and we deserve to rest, because when we do so much damage to our bodies or feel like we need to go out and exert and be big and spontaneous and conform to what other people may want from us, we deserve to just rest, to just let ourselves do nothing sometimes. And today I think that I might do a little bit of nothing and be okay with that, because rest is productive. And it is so important to remember that and to allow ourselves to rest, give ourselves the grace of resting. And I just would like to make that a final note on here, because I know when I did all these behaviors, I didn't give myself time to rest at all. I was tired and I just continued pushing through, which is super beneficial and can be but also know when to stop. I love all of you. Have an amazing day, and don't do what I did. Episode 4. We made it. It's lasting. It's happening. Episode 4 of Talk with Shock. Come join me while we see what happens and how this transforms and morphs into whatever it's gonna be. Episode 4, Shock and Talk. I had an agenda last time. I did a little bit of a story time last time. I'm just winging it this time. I'm just going for it this time. Gonna see wherever my mind and consciousness stream takes us, because you're here with me right now. Anyways, today is Monday, April 8th, and it's the eclipse today. Oh my god, so fun, because I didn't think I was gonna see it, because I'm not in a location where I can see it. But I was going to walk to the store today, and then this guy stops me. He goes, "Excuse me, do you want to see the eclipse?" And he hands me these glasses, and I was like, thank you so much. It was so cool. I have never seen an eclipse like that. Who knew? A bunch of newness happening, guys. New eclipse. I have been getting some food from my dining hall, which I notice can make my skin act up. So I got a pimple on my chin, my cheek, which I don't normally get them there. So that's kind of fun. That's kind of cool. New experience. New opportunity to love myself even more. So maybe I'll talk about pimples for a second, because I know, for me at least, pimples used to be a really big point of insecurity. I would get them in middle school or in high school, and I would think it was the end of the world. I thought it was all everyone was looking at. I thought it made me just turn into some inhumane thing, but I've really turned a corner with that one, and now I just really embrace imperfection, or what other people may perceive as that. I am just happy to be here. I'm so grateful to be alive, and if that means having a pimple on my face, it really doesn't have to do with how I need to view myself in a negative way. We don't need to view ourselves in a negative way if we have a pimple on our face. Speaking of, did anyone else's beauty filter go away? Because I used that on every single one of my videos, and then about a month ago, or not a month ago, definitely not a month ago, a few weeks ago, it disappeared on my column. So you guys have just been witnessing my real live action skin ever since then. But yeah, I think it's just maybe more of a chance for me to embrace myself and to just show up as me, the real deal. So what have you guys been up to today? I had class. Well, I'm actually about to have class. I'm just doing this before class a little bit. I had work. Well, I get up every weekday at 5:15. I go to the gym. They open at 6. And then I came back. I had breakfast. I got ready. I went to work. I worked for a bit. I tried to do some homework, but I'm going to do homework later because I need to find a magazine for a school project and analyze an ad. Then I came back to my dorm. I walked to the store. I went to go to my dining hall because I needed some more ingredients for my delicious salad. Excuse me, who was that? Oh my god. And then I made this salad, and now I'm sitting here. There were some other things I did here and there in the nooks and crannies to fill in time, but yeah, life's crazy. Take care of yourself, guys, and make sure to get the mental health help that you need, because you deserve it. There's no shame in whatever you're feeling. There's no shame in your feelings. No shame in your feelings. But anyways, medication got me thinking, because I was like, I don't want to just take a pill to then numb my feelings. I want to process my feelings and feel them so then I can get rid of them. And I don't want to just take a pill and shove down whatever feelings or mood is happening. So I don't know. What is your guys' take on that? Because personally, I just want to have oxygen running through my blood, if that's what it is, and I don't want to have other things that could numb me or just keep me low, even though it's not. Nothing is as it appears to be, guys. Nothing is as it appears to be. I'm really excited for this year. I'm really excited for this summer. I'm so excited for this summer. I am only here at my school for 21 more days, and then it's over. And then I'm a senior in college. I remember when I was a kid, I had neighbors who were triplets, and they were older guys, and they were in college when I was in elementary school, and I was like, what even is that? Like, they're just so old and mature and adult, and what? And then now that's me. Like, this was inner child me looking at them. Flash forward a few minutes. Now I'm the flirt. Sometimes I don't like to swear. I don't know. Fuck. I don't use the word bitch. I really don't, unless I'm singing a song, rapping a little tune. Let me know your guys' music recommendations because I'm always looking for new music. This video has really been all over the place. I'm really just jumping from A to Q to B to Z to L to P to O to M. But yeah. I have a cool little drawing in here, but I'm not going to show it to you guys because I'm going to make a TikTok about it when it's done. Maybe I'll finish that later today. Maybe I will finish that later today. I really want to eat this salad. I'm really hungry. I have a school project I'm in a media studies class where for my final project, I have to participate in a TikTok trend and post it on TikTok. And good for me that I already have a TikTok account, so it won't be awkward or weird or embarrassing because I know that some people think that posting online is. I'm just so over that phase at this point. Like, when I first started posting, sure, it was uncomfortable a bit, but now I really it's just so natural, and I don't care. I don't care. So I have to participate in a TikTok trend. Guys, I've learned one TikTok dance in my whole life. They don't show up on my For You page or nothing at all, really. So should I do a dance? I was thinking of doing a mukbang, though. I just feel like that would be kind of cool, and it would be an excuse for me to go get some food and then eat it on here. But I have to participate in a TikTok trend, so you guys will be seeing that in the next few weeks. A little video for my final project. Then I have to write an essay about it. So, yes, I'm looking forward to that. But I'm really hungry right now. And I did intermittent fasting. I was doing that. I did that in high school for like a month or so, and I noticed to start losing fat on my body. I started losing fat on my body. That's why I did it back then. I was in a different mental health point at that stage in my life, and I did intermittent fasting for like a week or a few days not too long ago, about a week ago, and I thought it was cool. I thought it was fun, but I just don't know how logistically that works because I work out very early in the morning, so I want to get in the protein and the fuel and the gains after my workout. But I don't know, I thought it was cool. I noticed it to get easier definitely throughout, but let me know, what do you guys think? What are your guys' takes? I think that it's nice. I kind of liked it, but I also like just being able to eat whenever I want. I eat a lot, guys. I'm a big girl, even though like definitely don't look like it. Big girl, big gain. So I'm in a study room right now, and you know what's so funny? My floor, the building I live on, has 2 study rooms, and this is one and there's another, and there's been someone sleeping in the other one. Like, they have a whole setup going on. I don't know why they're allowing it, because, like, do you even go here, Galen Coco? What if I want to study in there? I prefer that study room more than this one. So, yeah, maybe I'll go in there and check them out right now. I'm just kidding, guys. Also, my hair is transitioning right now. It's just a cool ash color, whatever you want to call it. This episode has not been my favorite episode so far, but I did it. We made it. I got class in 5 minutes. This is going to be over in 10 seconds. I hope all of you have a lovely day and love yourself. What's up, squad? What's up, gang? I know you probably aren't thinking about it, but I look a little rough. My skin is not the best. It be acting up. So the girls, I just want to go to sleep. I just want to do nothing. I want to do absolutely but frick nothing. But I have a study guide to finish. I have more homework to do. It's finals coming up, and things are being completed. Mission is being aborted. Just kidding. I have not been straightening my hair either because I wanted to not be killed like a hot desert sun. Oh my god, I just thought it's a really sad thought. Imagine a polar bear in like the Sahara Desert. That would be so sad. What are animals that need really hot weather? Like, that would die in really cold weather? What are animals that need really hot weather? Leave them down below. Anyways, I am coming here to just show you guys the hole in my armpit. Yep, that was pretty cool. Finals are coming up for me. I can't wait for this to be over. OVER, over. You guys want to know something else that I was thinking of very recently? Also not very recently. My hair is blonde, if you can see, if you're not colorblind or whatever. And my hair is actually, when I was young, it was really blonde, but then it got darker, and then it was like a golden caramel colorish. And I'm thinking of letting it grow out a bit. I just ready for something new, ready for whatever I want to make out of my hair and my face. But I feel like I'm going insane just a bit, just a lot. 2 more weeks of this, Eliza, and then you don't have to be a junior in college anymore. Then we get to be a senior and graduate and have fun. I'm so excited for my senior year because I will be taking fun classes. Welcome to the show. I'm kind of procrastinating right now a bit, but it's because I don't want to make any more flashcards. Hey guys, I have a question for you. What are arguments for getting rid of the Electoral College? What is a descriptive democracy? What are the primary agents of political socialization? What are the tactics of lobbying? What is slacktivism? Let me know down below. Just kidding. I am very overwhelmed right now. I feel very overwhelmed right now. And I feel very tired right now. And very exhausted right now. I just want to do nothing. And I've been slacking off so bad with what I've been eating. I've been going to my dining hall. And it makes my skin have a little fussy fit. But anyways, remember to breathe. Remember deep breaths. Remember that we are exactly where we're meant to be. Even if you feel like you're in a hell house. I don't feel like I'm in a hell house, but if I feel like God is testing you, no, you're exactly where you're meant to be. And there's no wrong answer. Just learning. No mistakes, just happy accidents. I went to the mall earlier today and it was really fun. I got a birthday present from my friend. I hope you aren't watching this, Finn. I know you aren't. But it's a really good present. I'm not going to spoil it. It's their birthday on Monday. I found out some really interesting things about myself in a conversation with Finn. We worked together and they came in to open the door for our job because my key wasn't working, and we ended up talking my whole shift. We were just talking with each other, and I found out some very interesting things about myself that I think I'll probably share on here one day. I just have to explore it a little more myself beforehand. Do you guys like this purple in my hair? I have never seen anyone who just has color in the bottom half of their scalp. Like, there's color here, but then it's something different in the bottom back part of their scalp. Me. That's me. Oh my god, guys, let me show you my new phone case. Check it out, guys. It's all sparkly and rhinestone-y and glittery. I got it from Etsy. Ooh. It's kind of like, reminds me of early 2000s. I've gotten some very nice compliments on it, which I really appreciate. Because one time I had a bedazzled phone case, and it wasn't exactly like this. It was just big rhinestones everywhere on my phone case. And I also got it from Etsy, and someone was really mean to me about it. They were like, that's so extra. And I was like, I don't care. I love it. And it makes me so happy. And it's exactly what I want it to be. So I'm so glad that people have complimented me on this phone case. Just sharing the love, spreading the love. So who thinks that I should not do homework? I have 2 weeks to do it. I think I need to just take care of myself. I need to go like shower or something. Why is my... I'm actually really grateful for my skin though, because it's actually very, very clear. And yeah, I don't know. I just feel like I need to take off my skin, wash it, give it to a really, really good cleaner. Actually, I don't even want this one back. I don't even want this one back. I just want to take this one off and then grow a new one. For Narnia! For Narnia! I don't know what to do because I have so much to do. Wake me up inside. Can't wake up. I have to do this. These are just really hard questions. Guys, maybe I'll do a handstand. Maybe I'll drink some water. Okay, let's talk this through, guys. One at a time. One at a time. Don't need to look at the time. I got time. No rush. Do you guys like See's candies? I like their free samples. Like, I don't remember the last time I did the free samples, but I walked by today and I was like, oh my god, See's candies is just so lit. Oh yeah, I was at the mall today. Maybe I'll talk a little bit about the mall. I will talk a little bit about the mall. I was looking in the store to see if I could find a dress to wear to my sister's grad school graduation, because she is now a master in screenwriting. She has her master's in screenwriting. I'm so proud of her. She's graduating from USC, and I'm so proud of her. So dang proud of her. That takes a writer. That takes some creativity. That takes commitment and effort and talent. And I love her. And I'm so excited. So I was looking for a graduation dress. I didn't find one that I exactly liked. Someone just said I did. But I had a really fun time trying stuff on. I was gonna get food from there to eat for a mukbang for you guys, but I didn't really like any of the options there. And I think in the next 2 weeks, I have some goals for these final 2 weeks of my classes, and I added really eating healthy, because that used to just be like a week ago. It used to be what I would do all the time, basically, and I just want to get back on that just so I can feel my best, because I notice it just elevates me when I eat things that make me feel happy. So I was gonna get something for a mukbang, but I was like, I'm just so tired at this point. I've been at the mall for like 2 hours, and I already walked there, which took like an hour and a half. I was like, how long was I at the mall for? I don't know, maybe 3 hours. And I was just ready to go home. My mind was like, Eliza, maybe I should just not do this right now. But I don't know, because my finals are in 2 weeks. Wait. My mouth look weird. My finals are in 2 weeks. I'm only here for 2 more weeks, and I just gotta crunch this out. Guys. That is my birthday on May 6th. Big dog status. 21. I'm gonna be 9 plus 10. I'm so excited. I don't know. Let's see what I do. I'm gonna try to do some more of this. Guys, push through. Do what you need to do. You got it. And yeah. Happy Christmas. Hey guys, I'm back for another video, which is more than exciting because I think it's episode 7 of Talk with Shock, Shocking with Talk, doing whatever we really want around here because that's how life should be. Arm & Hammer. I've had a phenomenal day thus far. It is 12:12 right now, actually, as we speak, and I'm wearing this very summery outfit. I'm wearing a pink mini skirt under this because it was warmer when I woke up and the sun was but now she decided to disappear for a bit. But just because the clouds cover the sun doesn't mean it's not there. If I picture it in my mind, I could really be in Jamaica if I wanted. Guys, I've really come to a point in my life where I just don't have complaints. I woke up, I continue to wake up, and I'm so happy and grateful and blessed for that I'm able to make happiness out of every single day. And it's something to definitely reflect on and look back on because my life has not always been like this. I have not always been this person, which is incredibly mind-boggling, baffling, and indescribable in a way as well. I continue to grow and become a better version of myself every single day, but I'm really at a place where I'm happy with the person I am, and I'm happy who I wake up to. I'm happy this way because it's my choice, and I decided to make the decisions every single day and take the action, change my thoughts, look at my feelings every single day, continuously, over and over and over again, until it just has become my life, which is so incredible and amazing, and I love it so much. It has not been easy at all either to get this way, because I found that there's so much I've had to work through, get through, feel, things that I haven't wanted to feel, situations that I haven't wanted to be in, but they have all just taught me more happiness in how I can embrace the gift of life instead of resisting it or fearing it or hating it. Dun, dun, dun. As delusional as it may sound, life doesn't have to be anything that you don't want it to. Every single person out there, each and every single one of you, you are so deeply beautiful. I'm not talking about surface level. I'm not talking about what you see when you look in the mirror, even though that is so beautiful as well. Because I think that an even more valuable form of beauty isn't so material, and it's what's inside of you, your heart and your soul and your spirit. And you are so beautiful. Just the fact that you've woken up today, you've continued to go. There have been so many things in every single person's life to try and take each other down. And in fact, humans, we tear one another down, which just saddens me so much, and is also another huge aspect of my life that I've changed, because my life consisted, my mind was just tearing myself down. Therefore, my external world was tearing other people down. I did not treat myself as a respectable, lovable, whole enough, worthy, list goes on, human. Therefore, I opened the door in the morning and I went out into the world and I treated other people that way. Since I've been able to really work on this and just to a whole nother level, change my heart, mind, body, soul, spirit, energy, mind, thoughts, feelings, it transforms everything when you are able to transform how you view yourself. When we stop tearing ourselves down is when we stop tearing anyone else down. Even someone who may come up to you and try to tear you down or ruin you. When you're building yourself up, you will still come to that person with uplifting thoughts and feelings. When we build ourselves up inside truly is when no one and nothing can break us down. I would define myself as unstoppable, because that is what I have come to inside of myself, which is so amazing, and which is why I wake up every single day and continue to live a beautiful life that I'm happy in, because I know that I'm unstoppable and that my happiness is completely unstoppable, because happiness is a choice. And at the same time, I'm definitely no advocate for toxic positivity or completely faking happiness if you feel horrible inside and just putting on I hope I didn't just flash you. Putting on a complete front or a mask when you are truly sad inside, because that is something I've done as well, which I don't call happiness, I call that illusion. But it's definitely a choice to look at if we're truly happy inside and be completely honest with ourselves. And then the choice comes to transform this, because you have all the power in you to wake up happy every single day and to love yourself to the max and exponentially even more, and empower yourself, because when we empower ourselves is when we empower others. Empath. I've come so far on this journey, and I've found it to sometimes be easy to feel like you haven't made it as far as you have, because you still remember who you used to be. But I've found during this transformation of your own life that we all can beautifully create is to remember what's in front of you and to look at what's in front of you instead of all the time maybe what's going on in your mind, even though processing and feeling and contemplating is a very useful tool as well. But to not get caught up in things of the past, to say, because the power of who we are is in the present and not in the past. We can't make who we were 5 years ago, but we can make who we are in this second. We can't change a decision that we may have made 2 seconds ago, but we can make a decision this second. I really advocate for humans to just not feel shame for whatever they're going through, whatever choices they're making currently, and I just really want humans to feel loved and to know that they are loved, no matter what decisions they're making, no matter what pace they're at, no matter if they feel like they're making progress or not. You are loved. And that's honestly something that I'm personally working on currently, loving myself. I have climbed my way, that was so weird. I have climbed my way out of self-hatred so intensely. I was at the bottom of a cave, at the bottom of a well, tied up, blindfold on, battle scars, tear marks, bleeding out. I slowly but surely was able to look at myself and say, I'm not happy. I'm hurting myself. This isn't what I want to do. I don't want to be someone that hurts others. I don't want to hurt me. So this looks like a lot of work. This isn't going to be easy. This isn't going to happen overnight. I could maybe get more hurt while I try to climb up and heal myself, but I'm going to go for it because I see the top, and that's where I want to go, and that's where I want to be, and that's who I know I am somewhere inside. And it's honestly been a crazy journey because I'm sure you can picture your own way up yourself, but it can definitely sound strange because I definitely come off as a very confident person if you get to know me, or just if you don't. But there most definitely are things that I'm still insecure about because I'm human, and that's what I'm here to work on. But what I have learned to do is to not take this insecurity out on other people and to try and make other people's lives more miserable or more hateful just because I sometimes feel sad about myself. Because I can love myself and I get to make that choice, and I can use all the love that I've gained on my journey up the hill, up the mountain, up the well that I've learned and gained and loved, and I can spread that out to others because what this journey creates for anyone is unlimited, unconditional love, which is priceless, and you can't trade it for anything. And you have the power in you. Love you. Hey guys, I've been writing an essay for about 5 hours now, and I thought, why not just take a little break and hop on the intergalactic web of the internet? This thing is definitely coming along, and I'm either going to finish it today or tomorrow. I sat down and I told myself, I'm going to finish this. And it started completely blank, and now I'm almost there. It's really helping that it's cloudy where I live, because when the sun's out, I just want to buns out. But when it's a little more cloudy, I feel like I have more of a reason to just be inside. Never in my life did I think that I would be doing research on mukbangs. And who knew they have so many research studies on it too? But anyway, stay tuned for one of my own mukbang videos coming out sometime soon. Whatever that means to you. Whatever that means to me. I was gonna make another one of these videos yesterday and had some things that I wanted to bring up, but I just forget. I didn't write them down. But anyways, what about this idea? There's the whole argument that women shouldn't be in leadership positions or power because they're too emotional or whatever, and guys just, I guess, can control their emotions whenever. My argument for that is if guys are better at controlling their emotions and being in leadership roles more effectively, if guys can control their emotions, why do they salivate over an ounce, an inch, a speck of feminine sexuality? I'm just gonna take it a step further and say sex in general. And they cannot even try to blame this on hormones or anything, because aren't periods hormones? So, power to the pussy. Anyways, yesterday was 420 and I didn't smoke weed. I also didn't smoke weed last year on 420. I don't really smoke weed anymore. I used to smoke weed every single day for consecutive years. I don't get it, but some people can really just fully function with weed in their life. But me personally, it's not how I roll. I thought I needed it to be happy, but really I was just feeding into the dramas of the ego. I listened to a book once called The Mastery of Love, which I recommend for anyone out there. And it talks about how doing any drugs or alcohol is just feeding into the dramas of your ego. And the only reason we ever do it is to fit in. I think that there is enough of a mold out there in the world that people want to be and fit in and find some sort of validation in, that I just make my own mold. It makes me happier that way too, because no one can tell you what to do or who to be. I feel like drugs, alcohol, and partying can be a form of escapism. And I even once went to a party completely sober, and I literally woke up the next day and I felt hungover and just sloshed and so drained. It's really just that whole party scene that can suck the life right out of you. I find there to be more useful, valuable ways to escape your life and distract yourself, which aren't actually distractions or escapism, such as singing, dancing, art, you name it. Maybe they are distractions or escapism, but they're transmuting any negativity that you may feel. Lucky for me, I learned the hard way, which could have been a lot worse, so I'm very grateful for that. Okay, I'm gonna switch the topic a little bit, but I just want to share something a little more about me and my own personal story of self-love and self-hatred. I practically came out of the womb hating myself. I don't remember an instance from my childhood where I looked in the mirror and I thought that I was normal or whatever, a good body type. This was even before social media existed, so I don't even know how I had this negative comparison and body image in my head. It must be like some past life stuff. I've literally never been overweight in my life, yet I don't remember a time from my childhood where I thought I was healthy or like anyone else around me. So over time, this added up a bit, and I have body dysmorphia. But like, how does a 6-year-old even look in the mirror and just think, I hate you. I hate you. You're fat. You're not like anyone else. Why do you look like that? And also just the fact that I was having all of those really big thoughts as such a young kid. And then I didn't know how to articulate them. I thought it was normal, I guess. I didn't really see anything wrong with it. I was just unhappy with myself. And I lived with it. I didn't know how to express that as a kid, all of that self-hatred. So I just internalized it very deeply. But just wait, because then I learned how to articulate self-hatred, and it got pretty dark. And it can be really weird for me to experience because I've changed so much in my life, and I feel like I'm a really positive person who likes to spread the beauty that I see in the world out. So when people think that it can just be a funny experience, because a lot of people can think that I may come from a really big ego or in really cockiness in my external looks, when that is not the story or the case at all. I don't see ugliness in anyone or anything, which may not make some people happy, but I don't care. I'm over it. I don't want any of that sappy stuff. What if honey came out of trees instead of bees? Are there different types of sap from trees? Or are they all the same type of sap? What even is sap? I was meditating the other day. There's a guided meditation online, and they told you to like envision yourself in like some sort of like spa or something. And I envisioned myself in like, you know, those like cartoon little houses inside of trees and whatnot that like little animals live in. I was in like a spa inside of a tree, and it was so dope. It was so calm and peaceful, because, you know, I feel like you could be like, they could be like, picture a spa, and then you picture some like high class fancy thing, but nah, my soul just wanted to be inside of a tree for a sec. Guys, when I was a little kid in my backyard, my mom made a fairy garden for my sisters and I, which I just remembered. and I think about, not really from time to time at all, but I just remembered it, and it was super cool. So maybe you guys, I recommend going to make a fairy garden and seeing what little friends come up and making little houses. You can make little houses for them. You can leave little foods for them. Oh my god, I remember my mom, I just forgot about this aspect of it, and she would make, well, obviously I think it was my mom doing this. Maybe it was real fairies though. She would leave little notes, and we each had our like own fairy. I think mine's name was Lily or something. And I remember my mom, when I was young, I was like, oh, my mom's such a good artist. My mom is. My whole family is just amazing artists. And she drew a little cartoon picture of Lily, and I was like, she's so beautiful and so cool. I have a fairy that comes to my backyard. What else did I do as a kid? Well, I was really into WWE, and I asked for the action figures for Christmas one year, but my parents didn't get them for me, but it's okay, because one year for Christmas, I got one of them Rock'em Sock'ems. That thing went crazy. In 3rd grade, I also told a bunch of people that my name actually started with a Q, and it was silent, and there was no U. It was just Queliza, and that's how I spelled my name. You guys know what else was hella fun as a kid? Kickball. That was so fun. Going out and playing with your class on the blacktop. I'll be darned. Tetherball and monkey bars too. Sign me up. When I was a bit older in middle school, I went on a trip with my mom and my sisters to Iceland, and who knew? But they have a penis museum there. You see a lot of male genitalia at the penis museum. The gift shop though, whoa! Oh my god, and like, I saw whales. You see every species. That's actually kind of really bizarre. I'm gonna take that out of my brain right now. But yeah, I was kind of a fashionista. Dang, she's so silly and savage like that. Got him. Scylla girl. Oh yeah. Also, I was talking to some of my friends last week, and we were just talking about, what was it? It was like a little reflection question we were going around, and it was like, how you portray yourself on social media, is that actually you? And we were all kind of like, yeah, but at the same time I was like, cameras turn off, and then like, I'm still me, but it's just a bit different. We were saying how social media is kind of like art and an expression form as well. And then I also just pointed out the note in something that I personally do on social media, which is post things that make me uncomfortable and things that I wouldn't want to post necessarily, because I just find it to be freeing in a way, and you're just like, I don't care, I'm not looking for your validation or your validation or your validation. I'm posting this because that's me, and I don't give a frick. Really helps to get to new levels of self-love and self-acceptance, and to help block out the haters. But guys, I may have invented the dab. And last but not least, I just kind of want to touch on the subject of ops. I just want anyone out there, past, present, or future, I know that you probably aren't watching this, or even till the end, but just for my own consciousness sake, you aren't my op. You aren't my op. My heart's out for you, and I just want to see you be happy, because that makes me happy. And yeah, I'm always open to people reaching out for me and stuff like such. Love each and every single one of you out there. I hope you're all doing amazing, and keep being you. Keep loving you, because you are so insanely perfect. Let's talk. I think a theme song would be cool. Maybe I'll make a little theme song. I was gonna do some sort of intro sometime where I was doing like somersaults and cartwheels or whatever, and then a little voiceover. Talk with shock. So I guess that it's in the making. It's in the works. But another thing that I want to add to this segment of my channel and TikTok is, I don't know if I want a co-host to say, because this is definitely my account just for me right now. But I think that I should start having guests on here and start interviewing people or talking to other people, so that it doesn't feel so much just like a little one-woman show, and I can have some more fun input and perspectives, and it doesn't feel like such an echo chamber, and I can contribute to conversations and relationships that I like. Guys, go drink some lemon water if you have not already today. I know it can look a little like pee, but I think that my first guest on here will be, whoa, is it focusing? There we go. I think that my first guest on here will be my friend, my beloved friend, bestie named Finn. For a while now, Finn and I have had the plans to turn me mask, so I might make that a little segment or video on here as well sometime whenever that happens, because Finn and I are going to be roommates this summer. we met at my school's recovery center, and we've just, ever since we met, we just got along super well. Every shift has been amazing. We've just been getting closer and closer every shift, and we're gonna be roommates this summer. We're gonna make it super fun. I will also maybe do a little tour of our dorm, because when the two of us come together, go tell all of your friends or any of your friends how much you appreciate them. And if you don't want to go do that, go tell yourself how much you appreciate yourself, because you absolutely deserve it. A bit of a change of note, but remind yourself how you can also learn something from everyone, which can help you lead a more positive life with a more uplifted heart. I am a lifelong learner, and learning things actually increases the gray matter inside of your brain, so never stop using your brain no matter how old you get. You are enhancing your cognitive abilities no matter what age you are at. We can learn from people, we can learn from books, we can learn from ourselves. Everything's learning. Life is learning, guys. I feel like I'm in a bit of a waiting period right now, because I go home for about a week. I finish school in a week, and then I go home for a week, and then I come back for a week, and I just am really waiting for these finals to be over. I only have 1-2 more classes. It's gonna happen so fast, but it just feels like a time warp, a dance with time, you could say. I'm just waiting on summer to come around, because Finn and I are gonna have so many fun plans. We're gonna be roommates and do so many fun things together. And on Sunday this weekend, Finn and I are going to use my extra school money to cash it out, get some meals, and go give it to homeless people in the park, because using extras for good. And I just like to give to people even when it's not necessarily super extra or whatever, because my food money at my school doesn't transfer over to the next school year, so I'm not gonna just give that back to my school. They get enough money. I feel like this episode is really dry. I definitely need guests on here or something. But yeah, what type of music do you guys like? I like music of all kinds, every single kind. It's something I've been doing more recently. Instead of just, I definitely practice silence in my life and just enjoying the silence and allowing my emotions to work through and thoughts to think themselves, and to even just have a solid moment of absolutely nothing in my mind, especially meditation. I meditate every day. But I've been finding it super useful to fill my time with listening to audiobooks. And this is sponsored by Audio. I'm kidding. Like, to say, if you're just walking on the street, if you're going grocery shopping, if you're making a meal, if you're doing something where you can be listening to something, listen to a book. Because there are super short books too, because I can find too, if you look at an audiobook and you're like, I have to listen to 8 hours of this, that's gonna take forever. How could I listen to 8 hours of something? I don't even want to start. Listen to a short one. Go find a little short one, and it can be over. You can listen to like multiple books in a day. Heck, if you don't want to listen to a book, go write a book, you little artist. So I have one more class today, which is my politics class. I don't know if it's going to run the whole class, because we're just going to ask questions about the final, and I don't really know if people have too many questions or not. But then I'm super excited, because I'm going to go to my recovery center, because they have a art club. No, it's not a club. It's a meeting. They have an art meeting, and I've never gone to it before, so I'm going to go paint with some of my coworkers and friends and whoever else decides to show up, which I think is going to be super fun. I like to paint. We have cool snacks down there. I'm running for president of the recovery center, which I think I have a pretty good chance at winning. I'll let you guys know the results coming soon. And if I end up being president of my school's Lines for Recovery Center, I will be so happy. I have been going around and asking everyone their input, what they think we could use to improve the center, what they already like about it, ideas they have, concerns they have, critiques they have, and I've just been writing it all down, and I have a big list compiled, and the vote's going to be sometime at the end of this week, so we're either going to find out, I think we might find out next week, but I'm super excited, and I know that I'm going to make a really positive impact on there no matter what, if I win or not. So I'm super happy about all of that and looking forward to so much of it. And Finn is actually running for vice president. So if we're the cabinet, that's going to be like top tier. I have so many creative ideas for the recovery center, and I'm super excited to see what happens in the results. I Absolutely love that community here. And honestly, at the beginning of college, I transferred here. I'm a junior and I transferred this year. I wanted to drop out. I didn't feel like this was my place. But then I went there and that place is just my second family. If your school has a recovery center, go check it out. It's gonna be dope. But yeah, make sure to keep taking care of yourself today. Get outside no matter what the weather is. Just allow yourself to have some fresh air and feel it inside of your lungs, rejuvenating and cleansing, clearing your body, and appreciating where you are at in your life, because this is a beautiful moment and this moment is worth everything. This moment is everything, and I just love that, because this moment is the journey and we gotta hang on to it for as long as we can while continuing to move forward and let go. Life is so contradictory, guys. I feel like this was a really random episode of Talk with Shock, but that's how some of them will be sometimes, just kind of the ebbs and flows of life. Sometimes it'll be a super cool episode that I feel is sharing a lot of information and cool stuff, while other times I may just be blabbing like I feel like I have been right now, but it's okay. We don't have to know what we're doing, and in fact, none of us really know what we're doing a lot of the time. So keep doing what you're doing. What about lemonade stands? Did you guys make lemonade stands as a kid? Lemons from the tree are so much better than from the store. They taste like oranges, the ones from the tree. I have one at my house and they make like 700 plus a year, or like the season. It's so good, guys. One of my goals in life is to make a garden and to give it to a bunch of homeless people, and also just make the food for myself. I love food, I love health, I love you, I love life, I love Earth. Happy Earth Day, happy late Earth Day. Oh my god, bye guys. Talk to you soon. Welcome back to Talk with Shock. Today I'm super excited to introduce you all to my first guest. So without further ado, let's let her introduce herself.
Hey yo, what's good, viewers? I'm Bloody Mary.
Welcome on, Bloody Mary. So tell us more. How did you get your name?
I know the unspeakable horrors of the bloody stuff that goes on deep down. But
wow, we'll definitely want to unpack that a little more later. I can tell that you have an accent. May I ask where you're from?
this accent is from my mom's undistilled cooter.
Undistilled. Well, I just want to thank you so much for coming and making it out here today. I know that it probably wasn't super easy in your schedule. Can you let us know a little bit more about what you do?
I do a lot, little girl.
I'm sure you do. You seem like a very busy woman. And I love that. I'm all for privacy and...
Did you say privacy? I know a whole lot about privacy part.
Are you a sexual education teacher?
I could educate you about sex. Don't do it unless you want to have a baby coming out of you like me.
I feel like being raised is a mixture of nurture and nature. Can you tell us maybe more about your childhood?
I raised my parents. I was the one in charge in my household. My parents didn't raise me.
You seem like you may have gone through some things at a very young age and had to mature very quickly. May I ask what's coming out of your nose?
What's coming out of my nose is for me to nose and you to find out.
Well, I'm all ears. I'm open and I'm ready to find out.
Well, that will be for a different time, Miss Dear.
Wonderful, thank you. I'm really glad to hear that you want to continue this relationship with me. Can you let us know some fun things that you like to do in your free time so we can get to know you a little bit better?
In my free time, I like to bleed. I bleed 4 times a month. I also like to enjoy a nice walk on the beach.
Well, I'm with you on that one, Bloody Mary. I understand the menstrual cycle and something that all people with feminine sexual organs have to go through. The beach is actually one of my most favorite places to go, so we share that in common. Can you tell us about some of your favorite beach experiences or ones that you've been to?
Once I saw a pig struck by lightning at the beach. That made me super happy because I ran up after and I went and cooked it at a steakhouse.
I do cook
steak. Pork style.
Oh, so you like cooking. That is a big hobby of mine. But what was that you said about being happy about seeing a pig struck by lightning?
It's called emotions. It's called bleeding 4 times a month. It's called not eating for 18 days straight.
Whoa, where were you when all of this was happening, Mary?
Don't you call me Mary. It's Bloody Mary, miss, sir. And I was in the Virgin Islands, so thank you very much, miss.
Well, you seem like you've had a very eventful life and like you're a very interesting person. You'll have to definitely cook up a pork steak for me sometime.
I would actually love that, dear. I would absolutely love that. You know, people look at me, may think my appearance is a little weird, may think I come off a little strange and strict and strong, but I truly just want to help people see that the bleeding is okay.
Wow, Mary, that was such a beautiful message, and I feel like I just got to know you on such a deeper level. Thank you, truly thank you for coming on my show and sharing part of your own vulnerability to be open to others.
You know, thank you very much, Shock. You're a beautiful young lady, and I see a lot of myself in you.
Aww, thanks. Well, it looks like that's all the time we have for today. I would love to keep talking to you, Mary, but once the camera's cut, we can get to know each other a little more. Truly, again, thank you so much for coming on the show, and I hope that sometime we can share a nice beach walk together.
Thank you so much, sweet lady. And to all you viewers out there, remember, if it ain't bleeding red, you're living dead.
Episode 11 is going down today. Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, good evening, good night, good life, good death, good everything. Feel good. Love it all. Oh my god, speaking of IDs, I'm going to be 21 in about, a little over a week. Not much is going to change for me on that frontier because I already don't drink alcohol, but maybe I'll order a drink and just pass it over to my mom or something. Just so I can have the satisfaction of ordering it and then showing them my ID and being like, yeah, this is legal, I can do this, and you can't do nothing about it. I'm super excited to be 21 and continue on in my journey of life. I think I might make one of those posts on my birthday of maybe 21 things I learned when I'm 21, or just things I learned while I was 20, because I did that when I turned 20 last year, and I thought it was cool. I just was like, pulled out the camera, and I was like, what are some things I learned? Let me just spit some things out here. I'm very much a go person, and today I decided to not go to the gym. I decided to sleep in. I can't really sleep in. I'm pretty sure at this point my programming just wakes me up at least 6 a.m. if I don't have an alarm, because I wake up at 5 with an alarm. And I set an alarm for 8. I woke up and I was like, I wonder what time it is. I looked at my clock and it was 6:30. I was like, cool. So I just laid in bed for like an hour because I'm like, I'm not going to the gym. I need to just rest. I need to close my eyes, savor every single moment, because I live in a dorm right now and I'm moving out of my dorm tomorrow, which is so exciting and a lot of happiness coming. I'm excited to go home and celebrate my birthday and just start new beginnings. I'm also super happy and grateful because today the sun's out and it's seeming to get sunnier where I live in LA. So I'm super excited and grateful for that because I love the sun, I love the warmth, I love the colors, I love the high vibes. So I feel really good about resting today, and it was really nice to just take an easy, slow morning, not feeling like I have to get ready for the gym, go work out, and I feel like this is just really rejuvenating me in some type of way. I'm going to hold back, use my willpower to not go to the gym, which sounds kind of reverse, but when you just love working out so much and taking care of yourself, getting stronger, it can be hard for me to stop going to the gym. But I'm going to not go to the gym today, which I'm going to look forward to because resting is nice and we all deserve it. So maybe take it a little slower today in some aspects of your life. Remember to be present, because what's in front of you and in the present moment, there's no past, there's no future, there's just what's right in front of you to enjoy, relish in, and relax, and embrace, and love. So anyways, excuse me, I used to avoid social interactions at all costs. I did not like them. I would have rather just interacted internally with myself. But over the past few years, few months, I have just been exponentially growing in this aspect of my life. That is to say that I love to interact with people, have some good conversation, and just connect. Being so, I was in an Uber the other day, and you know how you just don't want to talk to Uber drivers sometimes? I did not want to talk to this lady. Bless her heart, bless her soul. She seemed like a cool gal. But when I ordered this Uber, I did the quiet option. I did the conversation not preferred. And then when I got in the car, she started to strike up a conversation with me, and it was like a 40-minute drive, and I was like, this is not happening. This is not happening. This is not happening. She definitely informed me about a lot of things that she's passionate about. I did a lot of minimal feedback in trying to just let the conversation die out because I had headphones and I wanted to relax. I was going to meet with my sister and I wanted to be high energy, high vibes when I met with her, but instead I was drained from this Uber driver. So can we normalize, is it not already normal to tell Ubers to stop talking to us respectfully? Is that normal? Have you guys done that? Do you do that? Do you just maybe stop saying something and maybe just try and give them a little hint? Let's normalize telling Uber drivers to be quiet. And I feel like it really depends too, because I've had a different experience where I didn't want to talk to an Uber driver, but then we really had a nice conversation. But this lady, she was draining me. I was like, no. She still kept bringing up conversations. Let's normalize this. Is it normal? Let me know. I see how you may just want to talk to someone and have some interaction because you've been driving around all day, but I don't want to. And I will give you a bigger tip if you obey. Eliza Guthrie silencing Uber drivers? Perhaps. Just another little topic of conversation I want to chit chat with you all about is getting over FOMO, because where even is that? Who even is that? I don't fear missing out at all. No ifs, ands, or buts. Because what's there to miss out on when you are all you need? I stopped partying almost 2 years ago. And honestly, at first, I didn't really feel like I was missing out on anything at all because I just trusted exactly what my path is and what I'm doing. A little piece of advice I have for anyone if they're ever feeling FOMO is to know that getting over this FOMO is a degree and level and sense of internal confidence. We would only fear missing out on something if we feel insecure about not being there or our position and where we are in life. Remember and learn to have the complete, full, secure confidence in yourself that you bring the party and the life with you wherever you go. And that doesn't mean you have to look down on other people if you're sad because you're missing out on something. It means to have great vibes towards them and to hope that they have an amazing time, but to focus on your amazing time. And that you are all you need. And that you don't need to depend on other people to have a good time. And you don't need to fear what other people are doing, because there's plenty of more time for you to do amazing things, and exactly where you are is what you're meant to be doing, and you can make exactly what you are, exactly what you want to be. Come on, guys, connect it all. I think that the universe and God is just about the best company someone could have. They're definitely the most reliable. A little high note I would like to end on is to remind you all to involve yourself in some sort of self-care today. I was stretching the other day because I stretch every day, and I don't know, I just had the urge, there was some intuition inside of my body to massage my scalp, and it wasn't like a scratch. I know that a good scalp scratch can feel very good, but I gave myself a good head rub, and I felt the molecules in my brain cells and my synapses and the energy in my hands. Guys, palms are crazy. You can do so much with your palms. They're so powerful. But I just felt in your fingertips, I felt it all just incorporating together, and it was doing some crazy things, and it was feeling some sort of crazy way. So if you want to do some sort of niche, unique self-care, go give yourself a head rub. Well, that's it for today's episode. You guys will be seeing a lot more of me around here, so stick around, stay tuned, hit the follow, hit the like. Oh man, I don't think I've really ever tell people to do that, but do it. I'd love it. I'll send you a thank you card. Send me your address. Hey guys, it's episode 13. I just got really excited because I love posting on here and just coming on here. I feel like I can just show up and be my truest, most positive self and share it with you guys. So cheers to that. Cheers to you. I just got done filming a little mukbang segment for my channel because one of my school projects is mukbang, so go check that out. But I wanted to kind of end that video early so I could come on here and talk with you guys and communicate with you guys. I'm in a bit of a new location, if you can't tell. This is one of my childhood homes, kind of, because my parents got divorced when I was 7 or 8, and then my dad got a different house, and then my dad moved to a different house, which is this house, when I was in high school. So I've fully completed my junior year of college, which I'm so stoked about, and I'm so grateful for the privilege of being in school and getting my degree, meeting amazing people, and just growing from the heart. I brought some pasta to the airport when I went because I flew back home, and when I was walking downstairs to go heat up the pasta about 10 minutes before I was leaving for the last time in my dorm, I looked at the fire alarm and I was like, something in my body was like, I just wanted to go pull the fire alarm. My flight home was delayed 4 times. I was supposed to leave at 7:15. We ended up leaving at 9:15, which is only 2 hours, which wasn't that bad because the last time they delayed it, they actually moved it back. And I was so exhausted and so tired. But it was kind of funny. I was really making the most out of it. That's when I made a post on here that said, cherish the temporary pain. Because I was like, yo, I could walk around. I could sit here and sulk and be mad and be angry. Or I could just enjoy it and just know that this is what God's doing for me. And to choose the higher will. To choose my higher will. But it was really nice. Because remember that pasta I was talking about earlier? It kind of had a little bit of a aroma to it because I put a bunch of ingredients in there. It tastes so delicious and I love it, but I didn't want to sync up the whole airport and everyone at the gate, so I started walking around and looking for a little calmer, more peaceful place to go and eat my pasta, maybe on the floor, because I also feel at the airport there's just a lot of energy going around, and it can be really draining and really tiring. I was also just closing my eyes and trying to meditate a bit, which I think was funny because people were definitely looking at me like, what is this girl doing? But that just goes to show, because then I went to go find a little peaceful place, and I saw this girl on the ground in this little outlet area. She was just stretching on the ground, and I was like, whoa, it seems peaceful over here. So I walk over to her and I was like, hi, do you mind if I sit here and eat my pasta because it has a bit of a strong smell to it? She was like, oh my god, thank you for asking, I don't mind at all. Then I sat next to her and the vibes just changed. I was able to eat my delicious pasta, waiting for my flight patiently and graciously. I was so blessed, and I just felt the vibes. I wanted to start stretching with her. I should have started stretching with her. But then, anywho, I got on my flight, and it was a really fast flight because it was just from California to California. It was only about 56 minutes. I landed at like 11, a little after 11, which was super nice. My dad picked me up, which I love so much. So grateful for him. But do planes have aux, guys? Because when we were getting off the plane, I'd never experienced this before, but Lover by Taylor Swift started playing as everyone was getting off of the plane. And I was just like, this is the radio? Or is this a flight attendant? Is this the pilot? What is happening? Also, something I did last night, because an idea came into my brain to ask ChatGPT something, and I asked ChatGPT AI, just checking up on our little friends over there. I was checking up on ChatGPT and I asked if I showed them 9 pictures and only if some of them contained motorcycles, if they could identify correctly which ones had motorcycles in them. And ChatGPT said no. ChatGPT said, I unfortunately cannot do that. If you could describe the pictures to me, I could, but I can't. So guys, we still have one over on AI. By the way, I've just been taking bites of this in between little clips, so. Also, while I was at the gym this morning, this idea dawned upon me, which was, what if there's a new exercise where people go on the treadmill but they crawl? You might just catch me at the gym crawling on the treadmill. I don't know. So I just finished my smoothie bowl and that was so freaking delicious. I love food. I love eating. I love taking care of myself. I'm going to the beach today, which I'm super excited about because it's going to be really nice and peaceful. I'm going to get to just watch the waves crash, take a nice waterfall on the beach, enjoy the sunshine. There might be some wind, which will be nice too because I'm going to bring warmer clothes, enjoy the drive, and just good vibes. Just feel good. Just love my life. Honestly, trigger warning, disturbing warning. I wrote some grim poetry yesterday. I'm gonna share it with you guys, and it gets kind of weird. However you define weird, but I love it. Y'all ready for this? I don't have a title yet. It's kind of just scattered everywhere, but without further ado, let me read you some dark poetry. Guys, positivity, mine did not start positively. Positive mind has been created. You shall see. Who I was in the past, she's chasing me fast, or am I still turned around? It feels like a fight, it's not, it's burning amounts of light. The pain hurts, but it makes me beautiful. I hand her flowers, decaying to her touch. The feeling turns seconds to hours, she gives me a shrieking smile, she thinks it's too much. A wedding and a funeral, ghosts of support, the we isn't plural. Questioning what anything really is. Outside voices too loud, focused on the scatter, hallucinating the world being gifted on a gold platter. Smacking it on the floor, hearts flying in the air, free and sore. Excuse her manners, in the asylum, they don't matter. A dark garden, some groves, growing stronger to heights unseen and unknown. Be careful for the poisonous thorns. Some don't listen, they stretch open their palms and start pricking. One even punctured their heart. In the perfect place to die, eyes utter a silent goodbye. One's last words was a single cry. Glamorized for death, placing pearls across her neck. She becomes a centerpiece of their feast. Bloody hearts are cleared, organs becoming delicacies of such dear. It's rude to not finish your plate. What do you guys think? Do you like it? Should I keep doing more? Well, I'm gonna keep doing more, so without further ado, I don't need further ado. I just need a mind and a pen and a pencil to write it down and jot it down. I really like writing, and I really want to start doing it more. And I hear that to write, you kind of just have to force yourself to a certain point, because inspiration counts. Inspiration can definitely spark things, but this kind of goes for anything in life. Inspiration sparks anything, but if you really want to get something done, you really want to do something, you just have to put in the time and the effort. Things may turn out and look like crap a bit, but you gotta get through the crap to find the gold. So just remember that anytime that you feel like you don't want to do something, you want to give up, or you don't want to work harder, maybe there's other ways to work. Work smarter, not harder. that's about it for today's episode, guys, other than me sending you all the most positive vibes to you in your own life, to have an amazing day, fantastic, wonderful mind, and clearness, and peace, and clarity, because you deserve it. You deserve to love yourself, to trust your path ahead, and to know that even if rough points happen or whatever, that it's all temporary. So just love it while you got it, because life is a gift, and you are life. You are a gift, and know your worth, know your value, and do not settle for less. I should do an episode on that. Do not settle for less. Do not settle for less. I'm really happy to be here sharing with you all, and I hope to post very soon and see you all very soon. Talk to you guys very soon, because those are my people. This is the club. This is a club. What's up, people? Welcome back to episode 14 of Talk with Shock. I'm so excited to bring you my positive vibes today, brought to you by yours truly, Shock. That's me. But call me whatever you want, because I can take it. This might be a standing episode. I usually do these sitting down, and I just tried to start filming this one sitting down, but I kind of am standing. I feel like standing is the vibe, jumping is the vibe a little. So I would love to kick this episode off the bat with some very positive news. Do you guys have any guesses out there? Do you think that maybe I won the lottery? I ended world hunger? I'm riding a horse? Well, if any of those were your guesses, you're unfortunately wrong. So without further ado, let me share some blessed news with you about my life. Can I get a drum roll, please? You are now looking at my school's newest president of the Student Organization of Recovery. Yup, that's right, guys. I'm president. Hold the applause. Please hold the applause. I'm just kidding. But honestly, I'm so incredibly thankful and happy for this position and being elected by my peers. I'm going to be a boss-ass president. I know it. And I think I need to get a pantsuit now. I love everyone in my community and all those who voted for me and those who didn't. I know that I'm going to help change the stigma around recovery. Because you do not need to be an ex-heroin addict, an ex-convict, an ex-meth addict, whatever, you name it. You do not need to be doing all of those super hard things to be in recovery. Guys, recovery is for everything. Recovery is lifelong. Cue the jump in the air. And then the freeze frame. If you want to live a more positive, loving life, I live through love, guys. And that's because I recovered my broken heart. And that's not to say that I think that you should only live a positive life and toxically spread positivity. I think that peaceful positivity comes in many different shapes and forms. Love is everything. Love is the conflict. Love is this, love is that. Because you can always come back to love. Like, for example, I could think that I do something silly or a little embarrassing or whatever that people may perceive it to be or whatever. But I can always just fall back to the love in my heart and the foundation of love that not only I have and can have for myself, but that God and the universe has for me. Because God does not forget you. You can only forget God. In honor of being president of the Recovery Center, I'm gonna turn up. I'm gonna get hella crunk. Just kidding, guys. I'm not gonna be doing that. But I will definitely have a dance party and a singing party with myself and my friends, and it's gonna be awesome. I was confident going into the election, but I really didn't know what was gonna happen. And honestly, I was losing some sleep over the election at the beginning because I was a little nervous that my opponent, for some reason, I was really overthinking and really hyping him up a lot. I was like, this dude is going to come in with the perfect tactics of like whatever pathos, ethos, logos, and he's going to like swarm in all the votes because he's a very accomplished recovery. And I was like, yo, he has a lot of stuff on his tool belt, but let's see if my positive love can get me there too. And it did, and it sure did. And I don't know if I'm allowed to say that just shows the power of love. I went into it confident. I may have not had the confidence the whole way, but this is the same thing and saying how you can always go back to and find love in whatever situation. Because I shared my little blurb and speech that I gave to my coworkers who were voting for me, and I submitted it, and then I had all these overthinking thoughts of how the other people who were running were going to have better ones than me or whatever. And I looked at my stuff that I had wrote, and I was like being really mean to myself. I was like, Eliza, this is stupid. This is too much from the heart. But then This shows how we can always learn to go back to love and love ourselves even more. And love ourselves for whatever we do in life, because no mistakes, only lessons, guys. No regrets. I was able to ask myself and just contemplate and think in my mind a little and work through the energies a little inside of my mind and brain to find my peace and ground myself in my love once again. And realize that the stuff I said inside of my speech, it was vulnerable. It was from the heart. It was general ideas of transparency. And I am to not be ashamed of what I have to share in my story. And if we should not be ashamed of our stories and who we are, that is something we can always come back to and remember whenever we may feel emotionally conflicted. So, I'm president of the Recovery Center at LMU, and I am so honored for this position. I can't wait to share more things on here, because I'm going to show people how recovery is cool, how recovery is fun, and how you don't need to stop going out on the weekends and stop partying and doing whatever substance use things that you want to do to live a positive, healthy life. Recovery comes in all forms, all shapes and sizes, and one size does not fit all. Recovery is so many things. Recovery is harm reduction and just reflecting on yourself and building community with other people who want to do the same thing. I feel like recovery gets a bad rep sometimes because it can be kind of difficult to be on the end of recovering. If that makes sense, it can be hard to look at yourself and maybe say, there are some things I could change that would improve my life, or that would make me show up in the world as a better version of myself. It can be very uncomfortable and fearful at times to let go of things that do not serve us. What I've learned from walking away from so many things that do not serve me is that you can always find things that do serve you better inside of you and around you again. I also feel like when you let go of things that you held on to really deeply and may have meant something very deeply to you, when you can let these go is when you then get to a new depth and layer of betterness and greatness that you can experience inside of your own life, heart, mind, and soul. I wasn't sure or certain if I was going to win this presidency, but I went for it no matter what, and I wasn't going to back down no matter what came in my way. If I were to have backed down, then the whole reason and intention of me wanting to be in this position and the change that I know I can bring because I've created it for myself and continue to every single day, and the inspiration that I walk with inside of my life and heart that shines out from within me would have been stopped if I did not choose to continue going forward no matter what came in my way. And the people whose lives I will positively impact would not be possible if it wasn't for the hardships and the challenges of the journey. If there's anything in life that you want to go after and dream or dare and think to go after, do it. Do it absolutely, wholeheartedly, unconditionally, unapologetically. I'm so thankful to be a woman president, and for anyone out there who is a woman or anyone of less privileged positions, do not let any external powers try to interfere with your internal power, because your internal power is so true and worthy. We can be anything we want in this world, and you have a better chance of achieving it if you just go after it fearlessly. I also recommend to come with a good place in your heart, because I find that love does get you far. Love gets you low, love also gets you very high. Love is also everywhere in between. Love can meet you at your lowest lows. Love can see you at your highest highs. And it will always be in everything else too. I am highly looking forward to standing in this position and representing my recovery journey. I'm ecstatic to support the recovery journey of anyone who walks inside of the two doors of our center and anyone else in the world, because that is my role, my job, and my responsibility that I choose. I kind of just want to end this episode on a thank you note for everyone at LMU Recovery, because all of you have changed my life so much. I don't think or expect any of you to be watching this, but my life would simply not be the same if it wasn't for you guys, each and every single one of you. Every time I walk into that center, I get a smile on my face, I light up, and no matter who's in there or what it is, I know that I can rely on you guys to support me, not judge me, and to remind me of how much of an impact I make on people's lives, and positively influence the world. Thank you all so deeply inside of my heart for electing me to represent our center and our community, because I know that I could do it to the max. As a lot of the time, it's just the beginning. So let's get excited, people. Hey guys, welcome to the last final episode of season 1 of Talk with Shock. This is episode 16. You heard me right. And I'm so excited to start season 2 and to air that out on here. I think season 1 has gone absolutely phenomenal. I hope that you've learned some things about me, but more importantly for you, I hope that you have learned some things about yourself. I have been able to learn so much about myself through posting things on my account and living my day-to-day life, but also from taking a break and balancing out. I didn't really post in the last week or so, which was just really nice for me to take a step back and reflect and remember why I do this, because I love to put positivity, joy, and my own found sense of enlightenment in my heart and mind out there to share and spread with others, to maybe help inspire them in whatever way I can, to love themselves to the max, to be inspired and to go after whatever it is that they want to set their mind to, because I like to practice what I preach. I don't like to just come on here and say a bunch of random things and then hope that the empty words will mean something. I like to have substance. I like to put the proof in the pudding and then eat that figgy pudding right up. So I've been 21 for a week, which I haven't used to my advantage or disadvantage at all yet. I do want to go to the store though and buy some things that I can now buy, because just for fun, not for use, I think just for fun. My birthday went really, really well. I was super happy and grateful and blessed to spend it with my mom and to see my dad and to talk with some family and stuff. But I didn't get my nose hair trimmer that I asked for, so maybe next year. But if we want to talk a little bit more about that experience, I was like, I kind of just want to still go at it, still go after it. Push through resistance, guys, if it's something you really want. The blocks will be moved. And I decided to grab a pair of tweezers and to go in myself and have at it and hack away at my nose hairs. Sure, some may say it can be bad because your nose hairs will grow back a certain way. Ingrown, whatever you want to call it, whatever you want to say and believe. But in that moment in time, I was just ready to let some nose hairs go. So I took the tweezers, I pulled them out. It hurt at first. It reminded me of the first time that I had ever tweezed my eyebrows. And I was like, what is this experience? This is something new. But then you just get used to it. But then you really just get used to it. Like, my eyes were watering out first. And I was like, ow, 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 this hurts my nose. But 1, beauty is pain. 2, when you experience new levels of pain, you then gain new strength, because you can then acquaint yourself how to deal with them. Guys, I don't know what that was. So yeah, if you've ever wanted to try it, I recommend it. I also am just a person who finds pleasure in the pain. I think that's a really valuable way to live your life, because the pain is inevitable. The pleasure is just about inevitable. And I say, to why not find the positive in the most that you can, because then it makes you happier and it makes you want to live and do more things, and it makes the world around you way more vibrant and colorful. So yes, I've been growing out my hair because, as you can tell, it's bleach blonde pretty much, and it's just like, when I wash it, my hair is pretty oil trained. Like, I didn't wash it for about 2 weeks. Don't worry, I do the rest of my body in the shower. But I didn't wash it for about 2 weeks until yesterday. And it was holding up just fine. The only reason I washed it because I was like, yeah, it's been 2 weeks and maybe I should just clean my hair a little bit for some self-care. So I did that. But I was kind of avoiding it just in the area because of its health. And that's also why I'm not really coloring it anymore at the moment. I think I might go back if I really am unhappy with the way things are looking. But I also just want to self-love and self-accept exactly my natural roots. And it's still very blonde and stuff, but when I shower, I notice that for a day or 2 or so after, it feels more brittle, and then the natural oils start to come in, the hydration starts coming back, and it starts to feel and look healthier. So yes, I'm not dyeing my hair for that reason. but I might be in the future not a fun color, although those will definitely be happening again in my lifetime, because I've dyed my hair purple before, I've dyed my hair pink before. I really want to dye my hair blue. I think blue is definitely the next move. I liked purple more than pink. Let's see where blue lines up in the run. It's summer for me, and I'm in summer school, which is super cool. I'm also working at my school. I'm not in summer school because I like failed out or anything. I'm in summer school by choice, by voluntary action, course of action, because I want to lighten up my load for my senior year a bit more, which I'm so excited for. And in my senior year, I realized that in school, we're taught to just get to the end, to just push through, because that's when the success and the rewards and the results come through. But now that I'm at the end of school, I'm really here just like, Eliza, what they told us and the structure they told us isn't true. They just try to scare you every age you get up, that as you get older, you're not going to be able to do this. Oh, this won't slide. They won't let you do this. You have to work harder. You aren't going to be enough when you get older unless you start to grow up a bit. But what I've realized in school after years and years and years and years, once you get to the end of your senior year, and even though I could keep going, I don't think I'm going to be doing that right now. What I've realized is that you need to just enjoy the experience, because I'm at my senior year and I'm like, Eliza, slow down a bit. For example, today I was like, I have to do this. I have my whole to-do list and do all these things. And normally I try to condense it down and time crunch it to make my time more efficient. But I was like, Eliza, for what? For what are you going to squeeze in your laundry at a time when you could just do it later? Just do it later. Come to find out that my laundry isn't even working. So really the universe is just telling us all to just slow down and to enjoy it, because the end of certain things will come sooner than you even think or may have hoped for or imagined or thought. I thought that I wanted to drop out. I was done with school, guys. But now at the end of school, I'm going to be so happy for my diploma and my accomplishments. But I will be even happier if I am able to let go of the pressure of school, because I did it. No matter where you are in your educational career, you did it. Like, I could look back to me in 6th grade right now when I thought that if I didn't pass history, whatever, for example, if I got a bad grade, that my life was over and I was a horrible student. I would never get into college or have a degree or get a career or be a valuable human being. BS. That is BS. Some people don't even go to school, and honestly, people don't need to go to school to be a distinguished human being with decorative attributes, which is another thing that the school system wants you to believe, because they want to beat down you that if you don't make it to the end, there's no new starts for you, sort of thing. So I just really think that it's going to be very useful for me to enjoy this time that I have left here, instead of completely being overwhelmed or stressed by it and thinking that there's possibility for failure, because life is full of failures, but at the end of the day, life isn't a failure. At the end of the day, life is love. And at the end of the day, it's what makes you happy and what you enjoy doing. So I'm going to try to do that more of my senior year, so that I can fully absorb this sort of college life, because you only get this sort of experience once, which is another thing I was thinking about, which is so crazy, that I feel like school is honestly a really good way for people to spend their time if it were to be structured and have a different narrative surrounding it. I think we just need to kind of change the title that school puts on a bit, for starters, maybe, creatively, me thinking. Because when we think of school, we think of an institution, which it is, but what else could school be? School, we're taught that, school opens doors, but those doors are bolted shut, it feels like, when you're a student. And instead, we should just really allow students to feel those open doors and to feel that wholeness and security in their education. I also think that we need to be educated more about ourselves and human beings, instead of all of these real world things, because when we can learn about our own self-concepts, we should learn about self-love in school. That should be like a required course from a young age. Also, courses about, this is like a real thing. These are courses you can take when you're older, but let's make these more foundational things so that we can start believing things from a younger age in school and enjoy the journey more and love it exactly as it should be and is, because that's all that we're here for, to love ourselves, to learn, and to up level our lives with love and positivity. So I just went on a bit of a tangent there, and I did not think that's how this episode was going to turn out, but that's how this episode is ending. that's how this season's ending. So thank you all for every single person here today, here who has ever been here, and know that you matter, you're important, you're loved, and that you are one of a kind. The world needs you, the world loves you, the world wants you, and I love you.